Greetings everyone, it is me, Gigalem, welcome back to Lemmings. In the last part, one level really took much longer than it needed to solve. But now we're moving on to another level that's probably going to take much longer than it needs to solve. Sunsoft Special 4. Welcome to Final Impediment. Ironically enough, this isn't the final level in the game. We'll see that final level soon enough, but this level is difficult by, well, look at it. I mean, it probably would be an underwhelming final level to go out on, but there's so much fire around here and such. I mean, it looks good though. It looks like some sort of like you're going into some sort of furnace or something like that. And I do like that detail. But I will say that this level ain't gonna pull any punches. None of the Sunsoft levels in the Super Nintendo version will pull any punches. Now, supposedly within the SNES Lemmings code, there are like supposedly 20 unused codes for the Sunsoft rank. It's probably hinted that, like with the Genesis version, Sunsoft was going to have 30 levels instead of just 10. But, I don't know. Part of me feels like there's probably time constraints that the developers couldn't exactly make 20 more levels for Sunsoft, so they just fired back-to-back the 10 hardest levels in the entire game. I mean, if you gotta do, if you had to do something, something with the, if you learn the engine, well enough, you might as well just think of some tricks that DMA hasn't thought of and make some of the hardest levels to start off with. I mean, let's be real here. Any rank that starts off with a timed bomber, with a walking bomber level, is well deserved of my respect, because as you know, walking bombers is any experienced Lemmings player's nightmare. Now, we're going to need to do something that I had to look up a video for. We're going to need to break a bridge and then rebuild it. I mean, I think that should be good. We're going to test that bridge right now. Yep, that bridge works. Okay. We're not even done with this puzzle, believe me. Because we're going to need to build upwards. Ugh. It's hard to tell which lemmings are going left or whatnot. Ugh. There we go. Okay, will he land safely? Yes, he will. Okay. Now I landed safely. I'm going to raise that release rate straight to 99 because we're going to need it. And the frame rate is going to tank. We're almost there. Level solved. Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting to get the miner on the first try because that, of course, it's another one of those make it or break it moments for this level. Come on, you guys. You have like less than a minute to get up there. Let's get going. I mean, I do like the way this level looks. I think it's a pretty neat level, but I would have preferred it if there was a better level that's worthy of the name Final Impediment. Because goodness gracious. Come on, guys. Ugh. And level solved. We have cleared level 4. Let's move on to level 5. Level 5. 50 lemmings, 42... Oh no. Don't tell me I'm at this level already. So, considering how angry I got in the initial recording when I was doing this level, I decided that I'll handle the outtakes for this level in particular differently. So, yeah. I want to talk over the entire insanity that went through my mind when doing Lemmings Ark all over again in the Super Nintendo version. I hope you enjoy, because you want to know what time it is? It's time to fast forward.
Prepare to fast forward!
Preparing to fast forward.
Fast forward!
Fast forwarding, sir.
So, this is the little speed up montage that I decided to go with while I was recording this part. And believe me, I've already expressed my anger through this level with the many outtakes you've seen at the end of part 26. Since I don't want to have to make you suffer through it again, I am just going to comment over 14 whole minutes of going through this. I apologize for saying there's 10 levels of Sunsoft. I was constantly just thinking that there was 10 levels instead of 5 and such, but I think it was because of the source I was looking at the time, and because of that source I was looking at the time, it was making me think I had to go through 10 of these, but no. This is the last level of Super Nintendo Lemmings, and for a good reason. This level, you wouldn't think, because of its size, it would be that hard, would you? But no. It is one of the hardest levels in the entire game because of the absurd amount of preciseness you need to put into this level. There are always those 3 choke points of me failing at. I either fail the build to the big platform, fail the build to the exit, or fail the minor tunnel. Like, not only failing the minor tunnel to get to the upper side of the exit, but also failing the minor tunnel to connect to have it be low enough for the lemmings to climb through. And there's also a chance that you might have built the the staircase a little too close to the wall so the lemmings don't walk over and instead they turn around. On top of that, there is a time limit on this level. This time limit even makes this level even harder than it already is. Because the limited tools you have for this, while this is a stroke of brilliance in terms of level design, it's also one of the most frustrating levels to go through. I never look forward to this level, no matter how many times I play this game, because of how infamous it is. It is just absolutely, it is super precise. It requires the utmost timing and stuff. You remember how many people complain about the absurd number of precise things you need to do in Crash 4? Think of that in a Lemmings level, and you get Lemmings Ark. And yet, this level isn't filled to the brim with water, and they call it Lemmings Ark. Like, I've had several failed attempts on this level on the Genesis version. Several. I never saved the attempts because it'd be wasting space on my darn computer and stuff like that. Goodness gracious. You're seeing what I have to do every single time I have to retry this level. Trying to make sure I get every single bullet point right. And you can see how hard it is to try to build at the most precise moments, because sometimes I would either have my inputs ignored because it comes so close to the edge or something like that. Is it the framework that's preventing me from building the right areas? I even gotten certain things right, and yet when I think I got certain parts right after all, it turns out that I'm too high and the lemmings can't climb over. You have the exact number of builders and bashers and such. This is the first time in a while that I had to do post-commentary on one of my own Let's Plays. Like, post-commentary over footage. And this would frustrate me. I spent 15 minutes trying to solve this level when I had to split part 26 into 2 recording sessions to try to get it to become one seamless recording. And these are the only 2 levels I had to go through for today's part. Like, I'm sparing you the anger because you've already heard enough of it in part 25. Part 25, like, at the very least, Mayhem in the Genesis version ends on a very difficult note. But regardless of that fact, it's just, ugh. No amount of vitamin D can contain my absolute rage towards this level. I mean, at the very least, it ain't playing the ending of the Great Escape from Crash 4, which, by the way, at the time of this recording, I'm almost done with the darn game. I haven't 100%ed it yet, but I almost got all the flashback tapes cleared. And can I just say, I hated trying to get the flashback tape for Toxic Tunnels, because the level just is a darn drag. And I don't mean a certain level that requires you hit no boxes for the blue gem. Oh no, that level is nothing compared to Toxic Tunnels with how much you're expected to do at one point and stuff like that. But the ending of Great Escape is something where it's just basically, why the heck would you design it like this with a point of view that's absolutely horrid? The physics are just absolutely wonked out because of where you're going, and how you need to do that without dying. That kind of frustration that I brought up, that's how I feel about this level. About missing certain inputs when you clearly press C, and you may even see a couple of replays where I use the rewind feature to show what the emulator should have let me done. Or the game, not the emulator, the game. Because yes, I am using SNES 9X. I don't have I don't have the means of equipment to allow me to record stuff off of my standard definition consoles. I don't have a Super Nintendo, not yet anyway. I do want to get myself one of those. I don't have a Sega Genesis. I want to get those. I'll be on the lookout for those. And I even come close to beating these levels, but the time limit freaking catches me. I've been freaking denied of beating these levels several times. You are not seeing a single bit of me use the bloody emulation tools to beat this level, because I had to have used the emulation tools a few times on like off recordings to try to actually beat these levels, because I wanted to show what I'm trying to do, and then I had to do this without those like emulation tools, because if I used emulation tools, that would be cheap. That would be cheating. And of course, I wanted to be authentic. I wanted to make sure this Let's Play was 100% authentic, because at least as authentic as possible. I want to get a copy of this game, like the Super Nintendo version. If I can find one for cheap and such, then maybe I will. But like, I wanted to make sure that I did a lot of my recordings legit and such. Like, I wanted to make sure that I didn't rely on so many save states to just beat a single level, and because of how stubborn I was, I made things a lot harder for myself. There are some things that have not aged well with Lemmings, and this level should encapsulate those things that have not aged well. Like the inability to frame advance, like a Neo Lemmings, making certain levels much harder than they need to be, and the only reason why they're in those spots because of those absolute of those issues you'll have trying to solve levels, because they have to be frame perfect, and if you don't build on a certain pixel, you will not solve that level. And it doesn't even end there. There's always trying to make sure you build or bash or mine or dig in the right spots in a crowd that's just nothing but miasma, instead of an actual instead of being able to point left or point right and then pick a lemming, because your button setup is so darn limited. There is no Super Nintendo keyboard or anything, or any sort of additional controls. The Super Nintendo mouse didn't even exist at the time of this game. There was a Lua script that allowed me to apply mouse support for this game, but because it was for the European version, I couldn't apply it to it, because I wanted to do the US version, because the European version would have been a bit too It would have been a bit too slow for my taste. I mean, I am not a fan of PAL speed for certain consoles. Case in point, Sega Genesis, because it makes the music sound so slow. And believe me, I mean, I can tolerate the 50 hertz for certain demos or certain emulators because they were made with those in mind. But if it's something that's meant to be 60 frames per second or something like that, yeah, I'm just gonna take NTSC over that. On top of that, you even saw me rewind because I clearly hit that lemming with C and it clearly ignored me. Like, I've had more precise assigns before, and the game decides to just say, you did not assign that, even though I did. Just trying to correct it. I refuse to use rewinds to try to correct myself to show that I did something right because I feel like I'd be cheating or something like that. It wouldn't feel legit and ugh. I'm just bearing repeating at this point because of how much I had to redo this level over and over and over again. And this part's only 2 levels, which means I had to replay this level twice. Once for the Sega Genesis, once for the Super Nintendo. And on top of that, I had to go over an entire hour of footage for both parts because of how many times I had to redo this level. They knew how hard this level was, so they stuck it at the end of the game in this version and at the end of Mayhem. This level should have been at the end of Sunsoft in the Sega Genesis version because the Sunsoft rank, while it has a nice challenging level, is kind of an anticlimax. Now looking at it, I mean, it's we're not even done yet. We're not even done with this darn trip. Ugh. Like, this footage is sped at 400%. I've lowered the volume and such so you can hear how funny this music sounds when I speed it up 400% and such. And of course, the times I do get it, I've run out of time. Look, those lemmings are not going to make it to the exit, and guess what? We're going to have that happen again. Like, I just cut out all the intermission screens and such because I'm just showing you what really matters. I get so absolutely angry and such, just nothing but frustration with this particular level. So much fail, error, retry. You didn't select the lemming correctly. Just nothing but that. I'm just so glad to have this Let's Play over with, and I don't have to do this level. In fact, if I ever decide to do the Sega Master System version, I don't have to do this level. The only time I have to worry about this level again is whenever I cover, like, if I decide to do a Neo Lemmings Let's Play, whenever I cover Lemmings Redux. Because as soon as I cover Lemmings Redux, I have Neo Lemmings tools. I don't have strict time limits. I have all the tools of solving a level at my disposal much easier because the level making mentalities and standards have changed with Neo Lemmings, meaning that there's more flexibility with this kind of stuff. Meaning that this level is no longer a problem because Neo Lemmings makes all those problems a non-issue. Meaning I can be as precise as I like without having any percussions or anything. No sort of me feeling like I'd be cheating, which is why if I cover Neo Lemmings, the first level pack I'll start off with is Lemmings Redux. So hurry, failure, retry. Try the error. Error, misplace, time up. So much error in so many absurd places that isn't even funny. Just move it. Hurry. Do something right. Just God. Solve this level. Solve this dang level. Oh, get everything in the right place for the love of goodness. I am tired of doing these same fault things over and over in the right spots to try to get it right. I didn't bother trying to figure out the solution myself because I don't want to be stuck on this level longer than I have to. I had to look up a solution. Move your bloody feet! Move your feet, you darn dumb rodent! So freaking long. And I need you to build at the edge. You need to build at the edge. You need to build here. You need to build here. Not miss my build. Build here. Build here. Build here, right here. Ugh, freaking finally. Now that's one piece of the puzzle down. Okay. Almost done. I think that's one of the perfect ships. Good. The head check is perfect. The head check is perfect. I finally did it. I hopefully should have enough freaking time for everyone to make this 1-minute trek possible. Because apparently, I couldn't do that in this version. I couldn't do this. You want to know how much footage I had to speed up? Over an hour. Over an hour for this level. Meaning that you're going to get less outtakes because the outtakes are going to be shoved between the moment I begin this level for the first time and the moment I actually solved it. I already earned my stripes at this level. I don't care how I do the outtakes for this. I will never play this level on anything but Lemmings ever again. Never. Why? Ugh. I'm not even sure what's the next level. No! No, 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 no! Oh, that's the end! That's the end! I thought there were 10 levels, but that is the last level. So I guess there were 25 unused codes. Well... yeah, thanks, Mom. Anyways, we're not done with this Let's Play. Hopefully that anger was all worth it. But hey, yeah. Well, I guess a level that tough, it deserves to be the last level. But yeah, I did enjoy what I'm doing so far, but we are not done here quite yet. We have the remainder of Sega Genesis Lemmings to go, so... yeah, I guess I was wrong here. I maybe had my sources a bit like, you know, in the wrong places. So yeah, what a way to reflect on the adventure. Just close up the show and stuff like that. I really love this credit sequence right here. Like, it's one of my favorite credit sequences right here. You have the lemmings cleaning up and stuff like that, show's over, stuff and such. And boy, I mean, what a weird way to end up the level. I mean, look at that giant exit they're moving. I'm not sure how they're moving an exit. Oh, so that is AT. I guess that's the guy who made I Am AT. But, there's the guy with the freaking vacuum cleaner and such, but I do want to thank you guys for watching so far and such. I mean, we're almost done with this Let's Play. We got Genesis left to go. We got like 60 more levels through the Genesis version, and I'm pretty sure we got it made for that. But anyways, if you want to donate, there are a couple links in the description below. If you want to subscribe and such, subscribe, hit that bell, and until then, lights out.